Recap the day. So glad I picked up that worm and dragged through there. 414, what a great fish to, oh man.
Let's go.
Man, it's just awesome how you can just like, each school is so different. You gotta find the mood in each school. And this school, I couldn't get them to really react.
I asked my official, I go, okay, what do I need now to get into, I think it was second. He goes, you need a 4.6. Okay, I said, okay, done. Fired it out there, 410 eats it, and I swing that one in the boat. And I was like, all right, we're in second now.
So excited, second place, his best finish.
You're fishing right in my territory, so congratulations.
National tournament here on my home lake, Guntersville. Couldn't ask for a better week. That's more autographs than I've signed in my entire career right there. I've got my signature down a little bit better.
Heck yeah.
What a day. What a week, man. It's been a phenomenal week out here on my home lake, Guntersville. I moved here like 4.5 years ago for this moment right here. But, I mean, second place. I can't really ask for more. Wheeler was on an absolute terror. I would have had to have caught, like, I think a 14-pounder is what my official told me. He goes, all you need is a 14-pounder. And I was like, okay, sounds good. I'll try to catch a 5, you know.
You know, throughout the day, I kept seeing you go, it's a 5-2! Who were you yelling at?
I was yelling at my fan club. I had a bunch of people follow me around. Well, they're actually out on my boat because my boat broke down. So, but no, some of them were over here. Rich and his son, Case and Sarah, they followed me around and supported me. I had a bunch of local people out there supporting me. I don't even know who some of them were, but whoever it was, thank you so much for watching me all week.
You know, I think it was 9-pound differential between 10th and 1st, and I think you were in 7th coming in here. You start making up that ground. Tell me the emotions you were going through.
Yeah, it was actually kind of a slow morning. I think I only had like 3 fish in the first period, but then one of them was a big one, and that kind of started my momentum. I think it was a 5-pounder on a crankbait. And after that, I started the second period with a nice solid 3.5-pounder that kind of got the momentum going again.
Yeah, so it was kind of a slow morning. Started out throwing a shaky head and a jig around the road bed. Caught some little ones. Got on a bunch of small fish early. And then I made the transition to fishing a white bass school, and it was white bass, white bass, white bass. I think I caught like 25 white bass. And I finally kind of slid around and used my active target to figure out where the largemouth was sitting. And I caught a couple non-keepers or non-scorables. And then the next bite that I got was like a 5-something. And that just, you know, started the day out in the right direction. That was one of the bites that I needed to have a big bag. I ended up running down to another spot. Or no, I caught another one there that was like 3.5 right at the start of the second period. And then I ran down to another spot, filled the limit, and then after that it just kind of like got pieced together. I ran up to another ledge. I bounced all over the place today and all week, and just was trying to fire schools. You know, if I couldn't get a school to fire, I'd go to the next school. If I couldn't get that school to fire, I'd go to the next school. So anyway, I ran up to another school that I had marked, and I lined it all up. They were set up really good. Picked up my big crankbait and was winding it down there on the bottom, and it locked up on like a 5-pounder. Got it halfway to the boat, and that fish came jumping out of the water. It was like one of the only ones I lost all week, and the fish chunked my crankbait. A couple casts later on the same spot, hooked up. It was like a 5.3 or 5.2 or something, big one. Got that one in the boat, and then I think like very next cast I caught a 4.9, and then that school shut down, and with 6 minutes to go in that second period, I decided I'm going to go slide up to a little hole in the grass. I had caught him on a glide bait there on I think it was the second day. I went over there and I caught a 310 to pull up, and then I caught a 410 on my very next cast, and then the end of the period happened. Literally like a minute after I landed the 410, I didn't even have time to make another cast. After that school would not fire again. I think they shut down. They kind of figured out what was going on. Ran up the lake to a spot where I was hoping I'd catch a big one. Didn't get the big bite. There were locals sitting everywhere. But then I ended up finding another spot where I caught a double yesterday, and I slowed down dragging my big gambler worm, and all of a sudden I got bit, set the hook, and it was almost another 5-pounder that pulled me up to the 24-something pounds that I had to finish today. But just a great day. I mean, you can't beat it when you catch over 20 pounds on Guntersville out deep. It's hard to do sometimes, especially on the weekend when you got all this pressure out here. To do it 4 days in a row, I think I don't know exactly what my total was for I think I almost had 100 pounds, I think, for 4 days, which is just incredible out here on this lake.